Bengals working their way through injuries. Mike Petraglia outside Paycor Stadium. Here on Wednesday, the Bengals back on the practice field, getting ready for the 4-4 Houston Texans this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff inside Paycor Stadium. The Bengals, of course, are on a 4-game winning streak after that scintillating 24-18 win over the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. But, of course, as we know by now, it came at a cost. Ja'Marr Chase falling hard, trying to go after a Joe Burrow deep ball in the third quarter. He is still dealing with the side effects of a bruised back. He got treatment on Monday. He was back here on Wednesday, did not practice. He was inside getting more treatment on the back. We saw him stroll out to practice later on, and then we saw him walk through the locker room. Not too much of a limp, but of course, we can't tell really through a walk through the locker room just how much pain and soreness he is dealing with. So that'll obviously be something to keep a close eye on as the week goes on. As for T. Higgins, he came up with a strained hamstring through practice here on Wednesday. Keep a close eye on that as well, as the Bengals could be without two wide receivers, at least on Thursday in practice. We'll see whether or not either one of them, Higgins or Chase, would be good to go for Sunday against the Houston Texans, who, by the way, just gave up 37 points to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the opportunity is there to put some points on the board, but of course Joe Burrow would like his two top passing targets available to him if that is all possible. But T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase both on the injury report here on Thursday. Higgins limited with a hamstring strain, while Ja'Marr Chase did not practice at all and probably won't practice when the team goes to full pads on Thursday. Also, Sam Hubbard, he did not practice. He is dealing with an ankle injury, and we believe he sustained that on Sunday night during the win over the Buffalo Bills. Cam Taylor-Britt, some good news. He was at practice. He's dealing with a quad injury, but he was a full participant on Wednesday afternoon, so that's some good news. And also some more good news, and they need it in the wide receiver room. Charlie Jones was cleared to practice on Wednesday. That means the 21-day window to activate him back to the roster from the injured reserve begins here on Wednesday afternoon. Zach Taylor said if everything goes as well, perhaps he could play on Sunday, and they wouldn't have to really wait too long for Charlie Jones to get back into action. Of course, it was not an injury that would affect his conditioning. It was a thumb injury. He had a procedure done to fix the broken thumb earlier in the season, so now he should be good to go if he indeed clears the protocol throughout practice this week here at Paycor Stadium. As for the Houston Texans, believe it or not, they had 11 players who did not practice at all on Wednesday afternoon as part of an injury report that included 23 players on it on Wednesday afternoon. So that is something, that puts things in perspective for the Bengals when you think about what Houston was dealing with on Wednesday afternoon, or perhaps they want to list everybody who has any type of bump or bruise. Depends on how D'Amico Ryans looks at the injury report, but 23 players wound up on the injury report on Wednesday for the Houston Texans. A lot of MVP talk about Joe Burrow. He has moved into 5th place, according to FanDuel Sportsbook. The Sportsbook has placed him at 900 odds, plus 900 to win NFL MVP. He's still behind some of the favorites. Of course, Patrick Mahomes leads that list, Jalen Hurts. Then you're talking about Lamar Jackson and Tua Tagovailoa. All four of those players have better odds right now of winning the MVP, but Joe Burrow did crack the top 5. And Burrow said here on Wednesday about that when he was asked, he said, sure, I'd like to win one day, but it's not number 1 on my list. Tyler Boyd said anybody who has watched Joe Burrow play over the last several weeks knows he's one of the best quarterbacks in the world. Glad he's on our team. We'll have you completely covered on clnsmedia.com and clnscincy.com. Check out that new site, clnscincy.com, for all of your best and latest Bengals coverage. Check me on Twitter as always, or X if you will, at Trags, Trags. And of course, as always, my YouTube page, youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. Outside Paycor Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.